Water is life, 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 life. Do just one thing, just one thing.
Every drop cold. Make sure you check for leaks around your house every day. Every drop cold. When brushing your teeth, don't let the water run away. Come save the water, the water. Preserve the water right now. Every drop cold. Save the water whenever you take in your shower. Every drop cold. Make saving the water your business every hour. The water, the water, the water, the water right now. It's up to me and you and you and you and you. The water right now.
Do just one thing.
The specials at Domino's are hot, hot, hot for any occasion. Hot, hot, hot out of the oven is our mix and match special. Hey, choose any two: cheesy bread, sandwich, chicken, pasta, or small pizza, and pay only $20 each. One medium, 2 topping pizza, and 2 20-ounce Cokes, only $35. Free Coke with your lunch until 2 p.m. Small, 1 topping school child lunch special, only $14. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $67. 2 large, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $73. Or have the big one, baby. Free large pizza every Tuesday with your favorite 2 for Tuesday special. So, come on down or call and order now at Buckley's 466-5500 or the 4th Street location 466-5000 or order online at www.domino's.kn and experience our tasty oven-baked goodness. Domino's, the home of satisfaction.
Wow, call Domino's now.
When shopping this holiday season, by shopping at our local businesses, your dollars will stay in the community and help our local businesses to grow, provide opportunities, and to support local groups and activities. So when you shop this holiday season, think about shopping local first. This message is brought to you by the St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce. And if you're in business, we invite you to become a member.
Express Cash, the Caribbean's fastest game in town, now has an even bigger rollover jackpot. The rollover jackpot is now over $276,400. That's right, $276,400. It's so easy to play Express Cash. Visit your local lottery agent and ask for a quick pick. And you can fill out the slip and you pay your favorite and you play your favorite number. So play Express Cash, the fastest game in town. Join every 5 minutes at the Caribbean Lottery, your favorite Caribbean Lottery agent, island-wide. Let me send some birthday greetings out to Viola. Some love coming from your kids and Karen as well, alright? Well, it's just about that time for Sugar Fix, and we got the man King Monarch in the building. So, Monarch, take it away.
Hey, good afternoon, Chico, and good afternoon to all the carnival revelers who are tuned into the show. I know there was no reveling on the street this year. But, I mean, you know, we see people reveling in the virtual world. I guess it's a new experience for us. And, of course, we're coming off of the Calypso Finals last night. That's the Senior Calypso Finals. And I don't believe that there's anybody who don't know what the results were. But just in case there's this one person out there who didn't know, Our third runner-up was Big Lice with 361 points. Second runner-up was King Craig with 363 points. First runner-up, Queen Kibi, 380 points. And the winner, of course, Queenie G with 384 points. So the points were very, very close. And just to give, of course, Queenie G some more kudos, she's a former national carnival queen. She's St. Kitts Nevis National Talented Teen winner, and she also won the Caribbean Talented Teen as well. So congratulations to Queenie G on behalf of the Carnival Committee, and of course we want to thank everyone who was, made the show possible. Of course, the sponsors, have come on board and done very well as it relates to sponsorship, I should say, for the carnival. And for the Calypsonians last night, of course, the ones that performed, we had Queen Independent, King Craig, Queen Brown Sugar, Queen Kibi, King Astro, Queen Diva, Ice Soursop, Big Lice, King Godfrey, Lady Composer, Blanchett, Sackcloth and Ashes, Singing Sensation, King Hollywood Murray, Singing Sharon, Honesty, Queenie G, and of course King Irvin. As you would realize by the list that Lord Cut was not a participant last night due to the fact that he is still hospitalized, and we want to send a prayer out to Lord Cut as well. Now we're getting ready for the usual big weekend. Our big weekend, usually we have the Parade of Troops and also our last lap, and the Ministry of Culture, of course, they're the ones who are going to ensure that we see our folklore on the road this weekend. It's the Folklore Caravan, and we have online the Director of Culture, Mr. Biff Mills. He's going to tell us all about the cultural caravan that we're going to be having this weekend. It's actually a folklore caravan. So, Mr. Mills, are you there?
Yes, I'm here in live and living color, Monarch.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. So, I see that you're the one taking over the New Year's and last lap.
Well, basically, we are the Department of Culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I start by extending season's greetings to yourself, Chico, and the listeners to ZIZ, the family station.
Mm-hmm.
And
Appreciate it.
secondly, to congratulate all the winners we have had for Sugar Mass 49 so far, especially the Calypsonians last night. I must compliment all who participated, all 20 Calypsonians. To me, the show was a very high standard. But special kudos to the top 4, especially Queenie G, winning her first national title in the Calypso, and setting some records along the way. The first female to win national queen, to win the national Calypso, and she would have won the Teen Talent a few years back, 94, 95, I can't remember. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she would have won the Caribbean Teen Talent as well, sometime way back those kind of years. I think it was in 1990, is it 94, 96, she won the National Carnival title?
I think it's 1996.
96.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously going to Sandy Point High School all those years would have helped to groom her and put her in this position today, notwithstanding she's from St. Paul.
Yes, we appreciate you telling us that SP is where the best be.
And to EBJ Steel Orchestra,
yes,
for pulling it off, the steel band. That again was quite a tightly contested competition.
Based in the village.
Sorry?
Based in the village.
Based in the village. But I wonder if they had any Sandy Pointers playing with them.
No, based in the village.
You can't go with Chico.
And just so that the folks know, the EBJ is for Earl Boots Jones, who actually started the Pan movement. Right there on the main street. I think right is where Congress office is right now. Yes, and so that of course that we remember, and a lot of these guys, a couple of the guys from that band as well, they have actually traveled to Antigua and to Trinidad.
Is that correct?
To play for steel bands in the Panorama competitions there. So I'm telling you, I'm totally impressed that we had 7 steel bands. Everybody says, but we have the competition every year. We have the competition, but I mean the high standards.
Correct.
That was displayed, last week, whatever night it was. I think that it was exceptional.
Indeed, and I really felt any one of the seven steel bands could have won. And forgive me for singling out Pan in Splendor. For persons who may not know what Pan in Splendor is, in 2015 the Department of Culture started a summer steel pan camp for primary school, high school, and students and adults. And it was 3 weeks in some instances, 2 in others, and we had recitals. And for the last 3 years, we've continued with the adult element of it every Tuesday, practicing up at St. Johnson Community Center under the watchful eyes and the tutelage of Mr. Melvin Melly Hewlett and the then music specialist at the Department of Culture, Nigel Numpy Williams. So the 2 of them would have been responsible for preparing them to compete. And I was there, and I felt just proud of the fact, Monarch, that they were competing. But when I heard them, I felt that extra joy, that extra pleasure of hearing them, because they were not just competing or participating, they were actually competing, they were challenging. And they really did well, so I must compliment them and the other winners for the filming, etc., and the poster designs. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a competition on still. It's the lighting, home decoration and corporate decoration with the Christmas lights, etc.
Yes.
That is going on. I think that's by the SKN, I forget the name of it, but they're doing the judging on the weekend, Monday, the announcement. But in terms of the folklore caravan, what that is all about, no disrespect to Chico, but Chico would be too young to remember something like this. And Monarch, I would expect, would remember way back when, come Boxing Day especially, but in some cases some troops may have started before Boxing Day. Some folklore troops decide, well, we're going east right all around the island, and we're going west all around the island. And they played in various communities, villages, what have you, town of Sandy Point, of course. And we at night met them, Monarch. You might take in 2 people, I take in 1, Chico take in 3, and they sleep, and they bathe the night, and you feed them, and the morning they go up, they bathe, they shower, and they continue from where they left off the night before. So they never used to see Bastille maybe for a week or so when they get back home. But after a period, that model was modified, where they would have continue playing around the island. When night met them, they would have catch the regular passenger bus, come back to Bastille where they live, and catch bus, go back down the next day to continue. From what I've gathered and what we gathered at the Department of Culture, that became a little challenge, because then the bus drivers didn't want them coming in, obviously dancing all day. The perspiration, in some cases the costumes were wet. So then they sort of stopped carrying them. They weren't stopping to bring the folklore back to the home. So that program somewhat ended. And we at the Department of Culture, because we see the need for the folklore and that continuation, we decided to reintroduce it, but with a little different format. We organize transportation. So fast forward to Friday and Saturday, Friday the 1st, New Year's Day, where we're not having any parade, and Saturday the 2nd, no last lap. We actually have 10 folklore troops engaged, some 40 musicians and 93 dancers, a total of 133 persons in the folklore Arena. And what is going to happen on the Friday, we have 5 folklore troops. 2 are going to be going, starting here in Bastille, going meeting at the Department of Culture, and they're going to go eastward right around the island. 1 is going to go westward, and 2 would be going in Bastille, St. Peter's, Frigate Bay, and Bird Rock, and they're going to be performing. But we here at the Department of Culture, we determine the communities, the village where they're going to perform.
Okay.
And we guarantee each village, Old Road, Molyneux, Phillipses, will get at least 1 performance. You may only see the masquerade in Boyd's. West Farm might only see the bull. But places like St. Peter's, which is kind of big, Keon, and not to mention Hub City, SP, where the best be, they may get 2, maybe 3 performances. And on the Friday, we have going east, the Monkey Hill Bull, which is a new bull. And I must commend Mr. Aiden Nurse, who is a police officer, he and his other teammates for coming up with this. They are responsible for the St. Peter's Actors, the Explorers Bull, as well as the Cowboys, St. Peter's Cowboy and Indians. So he and his team really, they have been producing like 4 folklore troops. So the Monkey Hill Bull, they're going to go east. Tabernacle Ancestor Mummies, they're going to be going east as well. And this is right around the island. In terms of west, Taro Masquerades, they are going to be going west, right around the island, starting in the west direction. And in the Bastille region, you're going to have Huggins Masquerade, that's out of Irish Town region, as well as the Sandy Point Bull. And when I say Bastille, they're going to be performing at the children's home, the Cardin home, the male and the female section, the JNF hospital, the pediatric section, that's for the little children, the general lobby, and also the psyche ward. And this is something that has been done for the last 2 years. And I must compliment the management and staff at JNF, because they were the ones came up with the idea of performing at these 3 locations. Our plan was just to, hey, go up JNF, and you don't want to interrupt and disturb anybody. We got permission, and the plan was to dance outside in the lobby region. But they said, well, I know you guys need to go down Psyche and perform, and that was well received. The same thing with Children Ward. So that is what's happening on the Friday.
Just a question. Now, in Bastille, so the places that you just mentioned, those are the only places they're going to be performing. So it's not, there's no 4th Street, there's no Church Street. I guess that's the question that some folks are asking. Where exactly can they, as the general public, view the folklore caravan in Bastille?
I like that question. That's a very good question. The children home, Cardin home, etc., those are mandatory stops. If we were only going to have 1 troop going around the island, they would have stopped and performed at these places and then continue to rule. But you find with 2 troops in Bastille, 1 might perform down at the ferry terminal, for example, and they might go on to, I don't know, George Street at Newtown, and maybe up Pans Industrial site in the environs of Bastille.
So there's no specific route?
Yes, there will be. We have the routes, well, I prefer to say route. We have the route determined. I know. And we give you a list and say, okay, Huggins Masquerade, you're performing in Bastille, you're going to perform at the hospital, etc. But when you finish there, then you go, because you're at the hospital, you might decide to go to Lagreed, and after Lagreed, you pop up to Shadwell, New Road, St. Johnson, up St. Peter's, and then you come around, the Shadwell, of course, you come around Pans Industrial site, etc. And the other one, though they'll start at the hospital, we might say, okay, then you go across to Buckley's, then you swing down to, I don't know, Lime Keel, you slip across to Trafalgar Village, and then St. Johnson, and then Haysmith Village. I sound like a Bastille man, and Chico sound like a village man, right?
It's easy when you're reading it from a paper, though.
no, actually, we fine tuning that, but I kind of know the area.
Well, when you continue with that, what I was gonna ask though is, I know you said that there were going to be 10 specific folklore groups. If you can specify the ones that we're going to be looking at.
Okay, on the Friday, in the Bastille region, we have Huggins Masquerades and Sandy Point Bull. They're going to be doing the Bastilles, the Frigate Bays, the St. Peter's as well. We attach St. Peter's for geographical logistics. We have them with Bastille. And now Taro, he's going to go west, maybe down Camps and go down to Boys, etc., going right around the island.
Okay.
And while he is going west, 2 troops are going to be going east. The Monkey Hill Bull, they might start, say, in Connery, and they keep going around. And then the Tabernacle Ancestor Mummies, who are going to be going east as well, they might do Keys. So Keys might only get the mummies. Upper Keon might get both of them because it's kind of big. And the 2 of them going around, and the 2 of them will not do the same community, the same village. Save and except for Keon, maybe St. Peter's and Sandy Point, which are bigger communities. So that is the Friday, that's 5 folklore troop.
Okay. So with some going east and some going west, is there any possibility that they're going to meet at some point in time and all perform?
That wasn't considered as part of the model.
Okay.
Because the timing and the performances, because at the end of the day we are targeting to get back to Bastille at about 5:30. It's really a long day. For them, we're talking about 7 hours, 7.5 hours performing.
What's the start time?
10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So come 10 o'clock in the morning, God's Spear, they will be in the Bastille. Troops will be at, some will be down the Cardin Home, Children Home, while another one up at the hospital. So they'll cross. They won't necessarily be performing the same place. And while they're there, you find the one going east might start performing in Connery, while at 10, while the one going west might start performing down at Camps, for example, at 10. And
is there any media coverage of this? I know everybody's in the virtual element right now. I mean, and based on the numbers that we're seeing so far, I mean, thousands and thousands of people are logging on.
Right, Monarch, that is our biggest heartbreak. Today, I basically had to hire a secretary to answer my WhatsApp and send messages. Because we have a flyer which we're going to circulate, obviously, about this. But everybody, you're correct, everybody has gotten so accustomed to this virtual thing. They're looking for what's happening virtually. We've been getting so many WhatsApp messages. Hey guys, you're streaming. And unfortunately, because of the economic situation, in one of the instances, the financing is not really there because we've had to cut our budgets, as so has Carnival. So the financing is not there to cover it. But more importantly, we already had a plan for that. We met with the Pro Video Productions, and they were to have their headquarters, so to speak, in Warner Park, in the Carnival Village. And we were to have some commentators there. Plus, Video Production would have had a team going around with one of the troops in Bastille, streaming them live, and another one going in the rural. And we had the timing, so you find that at 10 o'clock, the one starts at Children Home performs. So we bring that. When they finish about 10 past 10, the one in Connery start performing, and we stream that. And by the time he finish, maybe the other one in Bastille starts at 10:20. And by the time he finish, the one who going east starts streaming. So you find there's a flow of different locations. But because as well the weather, we have this weather, the challenge with the weather, the equipment in Carnival Village had to be broken down today. So that plan sort of went through the window, unfortunately. And it's really hitting us hard because we're looking forward to it for persons not only at home but abroad. Because I think from this year we've seen a lot of persons interested in the folklore and looking at the folklore. But for Saturday, we're having another 5 troops. Sylvester's Masquerade. They're coming back after a little hiatus, a little sabbatical, and they're going to be going eastward. The SKN Bull Troop, which is the reigning bull champions from Sugar Mass, not 49-48, they're going to be going westwards. The long-standing Valence Masquerade, they are going to be going west as well. In the Bastia region, we're going to have the Mansion Bull. And I could tell you the Mansion Bull, the old-time Chuchu, original Mansion Bull, Lionel Gums, who was a former Grand Marshal for Sugar Mass.
Yes.
He is actually coming out of retirement to perform. And he showed me a little thing, and I look like the man is well greased and well ready to go. He look like he ain't lose a thing.
Okay.
And he said he already making plans for next year, Sugar Mass 50. So Mansion Bull, they're going to be going, one in Bastia, and the Jingle Bells String Band, they're going to be going around as well. And again, I must emphasize, we are taking them to the locations. We are hiring transportation to take them around. And in terms of Jingle Bells String Band, the captain, Mr. James Hamilton, I will need to remind listeners that he is the Grand Marshal for Sugar Mass 49. And he is 81 years, and you'll talk to him like he's 20-something. Vivid recollection, and he's been playing music for 69 years. He started since he's 12.
Wow.
So he playing before me and you and Chico Bond, the three of us age put together, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm not close to that.
That's what I mean. 69 years, you know. I mean, the number is an interesting number in and of itself, but you're playing for 69 years since the man 12. Whoa, man. And if ever there was a Grand Marshal who deserved it, it would have been him. So,
And the start time on both days is 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, and I must say, obviously we're in a COVID-19 environment, but the folklore, they are going to meet here at the Department of Culture at 9:30. We're going to take the names and the temperature, the contact record of each and every performer, be you a drummer, be you a musician, a dancer, be you holding the flag, the banner, the driver, everybody. We're going to take the temperatures to make sure that everybody is good, because we don't want one year on the bus and you're spreading it until you carry it to the community, of course. So the performances actually start at 10 o'clock, 10 in the morning on both days, and they're scheduled to finish about 5:30. So it's a long day, and of course, anybody willing, we encourage everybody when they're dancing to throw little monies in the ring for them. Encourage the folklore, because Monarch, it's very expensive to have a folklore troupe. If we're thinking, and we're already putting plans of having clowns in the schools, and it's like $10,000 easy to get a 10-piece clown troupe in a school. It's about $1,000 for your complete outfit, your costume, your mask, your little conical hat, your feathers, your gloves, and your hunter, your whip. It's like $1,000 a child. And if we would like to have 15, 20. But hey, at 20 children in a school, that's $20,000, Monarch. So we're starting with 10. And having said that, I must compliment Faith's Enterprises over in Molyneux, Monarch, because what they have done, they are partnering and pushing the folklore, and they sponsored David and Goliath in the Molyneux Primary School. What's the name over there? Joshua Obadiah?
Yes.
They sponsored Faith's Enterprises out of Molyneux. They sponsored David and Goliath in the Joshua Obadiah Primary School in Molyneux. So the Department of Culture, and of course the Minister of Culture, the Honorable John L. Powell, we say kudos to Faith's Enterprises for doing that. And we encourage other communities. We encourage maybe the COSCAP working with the Dr. William Connor Primary School, etc. The Island Purified Water working with the New Ground Primary School. Because as it is, we have the Department of Culture, we have like 10 folklore troops in 9 primary schools. And there are 19 government primary schools in St. Kitts and 7 private, 26. And our plan in the first instance is to have 1 folklore troop in each of those, including the private, and then go to 2, etc. And the high schools as well. So the future is looking good. If you recall, Monarch, when we had the Folklore Avenue on the 19th, Saturday the 19th.
In Independence Square, yes.
We had 14 different folklore troops performing down there. 14, Monarch. And these are primary school and high schools. We had like close to 200 little children. And it was awesome. But for this one coming up, the Folklore Caravan, we're having 4 bull troops, the Mansion, Bull, Monkey Hill, Sandy Point, and the SKN, the reigning champions. The Masquerades, we're having 4 as well. Huggins Masquerade, they would have won the championship 3 years back to back before they were dethroned by Vibes, who are not active this year. Sylvester's Masquerade would have been winning it before. Valence Masquerade, they've been second and third for a few years. And Taro's Masquerade, that's 8. We're having the Tabernacle Ancestor Mummies, that's 9. And the Jingle Bells String Band, we're having them as well. So that's 10 folklore troops. We're having 5 for them Monarch. So it's going to be awesome.
No clowns at all.
Unfortunately, no. We engage. There, in a sense, two troops in St. Kitts. Well, I should say one troop and a group. There is a group of people with clown troops, clown costumes. For Carnival, you see them jumping up behind Grandmasters and New Vibes and Sparlax. They're not dancing the clown steps. They're not dancing to clown music. You could buy a clown suit Monarch, and just go jump up. Chico could do the same thing. But we spoke to them, we engaged them, we're trying to encourage them to have somebody work with them to teach them the dance for the clowns, to the clown music. So we can't really engage them, unfortunately, to go around and then they put on Smarlocks and all of them walking up and gyrating and going on bad. Because that's not the clown music. The other clown troupe, they have not been available. So we are unfortunately not having clowns. An option we looked at was there's a clown troupe at least one clown troupe in Nevis, bringing them down, but the expense again, that's running us. But I could, however, tell you, we have already met with a seamstress to provide the outfits for 30 clown suits.
Yes.
To have about 10 clown dancers in 3 schools. We are thinking about 2 government schools, primary schools, and 1 private. We already had a meeting with the head teacher of one of the private schools about doing folklore and steel pan in that school for next year. And these programs would have been in place for 2020. However, COVID decided otherwise, Monarch.
All right, so there you have it from Mr. Troy Biff Mills, who is the Director of Culture, speaking to us here in Sugar Fix about the action coming up this weekend. That's Friday and Saturday, the 1st and 2nd. Normally, of course, our Carnival Grand Parade and also Last Lap, taking a different form this year and probably going back to some of the days that we had when we were growing up, when we expected to see the clown and the masquerade and the bull come into the different venues. So your final words, Mr. Mills.
Again, we want to thank the Carnival Committee for giving us the opportunity to be part of the Sugar Mass 49, and I must compliment the chairman, Shannon Harley, and her team for doing such a wonderful job with Sugar Mass 49 under some seriously trying times. I thought the events they had were beautifully executed, very professional, very successful, and we are honored to be part of the program with the folklore. We thank all the parents and the teachers for letting the children come out, and indeed Zach Nisbet, because he's the one facilitating the programs in the 10 primary schools that we're in. And we are going to get other people involved because we can't overuse and stretch Zach. So we thank them, and I appeal to individuals and little establishments in the communities. When you see the folklore come in, hey, offer them something, a little something to drink and a little something to eat. And when I say drink, I'm talking about non-alcoholic, of course. I can't promote the alcoholic element.
Hey, this is Carnival. What do you know?
Oh, well, of course. I mean, I don't know. You might put some Hennessy and cranberry juice and put it in a giant malt bottle. I don't know. But offer them. So we encourage you, no matter what part of St. Kitts Nevis you are. Once you see the folklore performing in your area, of course, give them a little tingle and some notes as opposed to coins, and offer them something to eat and drink, and so they could go on do more performances and really be motivated.
And one more thing, I'm actually looking at the comments online, and there are folks who were asking again of some of the areas in Bastia where they can actually see the folklore caravan this coming weekend.
Part of the challenge with that, especially in the Bastia area, because both days are public holidays, you may not have too many businesses open, we are thinking, and hence a lot of people wouldn't be congregating per se. So you find like one of the areas we're thinking about is down at the ferry terminal.
Okay.
But how many people would be down there? 5, 10 people, which defeats the purpose. So we are going to be doing the new towns. We're going to, and when I say new town, say George Street, Ponds Industrial Site, Ponds Pasture, Wade's Garden, up the village, the Hainsmith Village, St. Johnson Village, etc. We're going to be doing the Buckleys, one of Buckleys, the Lagreeds, the Shadwells, the St. Peters, and we leave the location in, say, yes, we're going to say George Street, Newtown, but we're not going to say, well, hey, cross where Judith shop used to be, where Albertine Gashi food place, or cross by where CNC used to be. We leave it to the driver of the vehicle and the folklore. When they're driving through the community, they gauge it. Okay, boy, this is a good spot, you know, because when we start to play, a lot of people will come out the house, etc., etc. So we'll give a general idea, like say George Street, Newtown, but we won't give a specific location on George Street, Newtown. We leave that to the drivers and the folklore troops. And what we are guaranteeing, well, let me leave out Basti per se, but in the rural districts, every community is going to get at least one performance. And on the easy state, legal like 70-something communities in the rural districts, Monarch. And in Basti, Newtown might get one, or maybe they may get two. Buckleys will get one per se. So we're trying to give most of the communities at least one opportunity. Because each folklore troupe is going to be dancing about 15 times, which is really asking a bit of them too.
I got you. All right.
Each performance is about 10 minutes.
Good. All right, so there you have it. The information for this coming weekend. It's the Folklore Caravan, Friday and Saturday starting at 10 o'clock. And it's going to be throughout the length and breadth of St. Kitts, including areas in Basti as well. So just listen out for the sound, listen out for the music, and just head on out and make sure that you support these guys as well.
And thanks for the opportunity, Monarch and Chico and the Carnival Committee, for allowing us to be on this program. And in closing, I wish everybody season's greetings for the balance of the season. And of course, Christmas goes down until what, the 5th day of January per se. And all the best for the new year. Be safe, be healthy, and may you be prosperous, successful. And remember, help someone, and those who are going through condolences, who are going through bereavement, Balti and his family, etc. First, Sugar Mass, we're missing Ayatollah. We say condolences to the family and friends and the establishments, Sugar City Rock, etc. And all the best. Congratulations to everyone who have had successes.
All right, there you have it. Troy Biff Mills, Director of Culture, featured here on Sugar Fix with the information on the Cultural Folklore Caravan coming up this weekend. I know we went a little bit over today, but of course there's no there's no COVID briefing today, so we decided to steal a little extra time so that folks can get to know exactly what's happening to Climax Sugar Mass 49. And today we're gonna leave you with the Calypso Monarch. I know some people are saying it's the Calypso Queen, but she is the Calypso Monarch here in Sugar City, recently crowned at about 1:30 p.m., 1:30 a.m. That is last night. Queenie G, and her song is We're in This Together.
Knowing that we're in this together, come rain or shine, we know that we'd be fine. Knowing that we're in this together,